Okay, we are going to start the last lesson in Chapter 8 with our fractions. Today we're looking at problem solving, finding the whole group using unit fractions. So kind of looking at putting them together, drawing a diagram to solve fraction problems. This is our lesson objective today. Still working on the same Common Core standard of understanding fractions as numbers. Our essential question that you'll be journaling about at the end and hopefully keeping in the front of your mind as we go through this is how can you use the strategy draw a diagram to solve fraction problems. So going back to the acted out strategy and drawing those diagrams to help us get through and make sure that we understand what they're asking us. Getting our brains warmed up today, we're doing problem of the day and other test prep. Jordan has 32 trophies. He wants to put his trophies on a bookcase that has 4 shelves. How many trophies should he put on each shelf to have an equal number of trophies on each shelf? So we should start by drawing our 4 shelves. And then counting out your 32. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For each shelf, and then count them up, or you could know that 32 divided by 4 equals something that is part of a fact family. So what times 4 would give you 32? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 times 8 is indeed 32. So he would have 8 trophies on each shelf. So whichever strategy you're most comfortable with, of acted out, the same as drawing it out, or knowing your related facts of division and multiplication facts being related. If you're still struggling on knowing those facts instantly, I suggest that you grab some extra math fact practice pages and be practicing those. That's only going to make your life easier. If we look at our first page in our Go Math book, you should be on page 341. Problem solving, find the whole group using unit fractions. How can you use the strategy draw a diagram to solve fraction problems is our essential question. Unlocking the problem real world, Cameron has 4 clownfish in his fish tank. 1/3 of the fish in the tank are clownfish. How many fish does Cameron have in his tank? Use the graphic organizer to help you solve the problem. Read the problem. What do I need to find? I need to find blank are in Cameron's fish tank. So we need to find out how many fish. And you'll be able to write much nicer without a big fat marker like mine. What information do I need to use? I need to know that he has the 4 clownfish and that 1/3 of the fish in the tank are the clownfish. So using the information, I'll use the information in the problem to draw our essential question was draw a diagram. Okay. Solving the problem, describe how to draw a diagram to solve the problem. The denominator and 1/3 tells you that there are going to be 3 equal parts in a whole group. So you're going to draw 3 circles to show the 3 equal parts. So it looks like they give you some space here. Since 4 fish are 1/3 of the whole group, you're going to draw 4 counters in the first circle. So it wants us to draw 3 equal groups here, kind of a different way than they did for us yesterday. And 4 of them in each one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it wants us to count. Since there are blank counters in the first circle, 1, 2, 3, 4, you're going to draw 4 counters in the other circles. So it's saying that you had 3 groups. So here's 1/3, 2/3, and 3/3. You already knew that 1/3 of them equaled 4. So you started by drawing that 1/3 of 4. And then you knew that they needed to be equal, so you kept drawing circles until you had the 3 that was in your fraction, and that 4 of them went in each one. So Cameron has how many fish in his fish tank? You're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So your answer is 12. So kind of going backwards, from what we did yesterday, we knew the whole number, we were finding the fraction. Today we only know the fraction, and we're using it to find the whole number. So since the denominator 1/3 told you there was 3 equal parts in the whole group, we started by drawing the 3 circles. And then we knew that 1/3 of the whole number was 4, so we started placing 4 in each one of the circles until we got out of the 3 circles, and then counted those 3 to get to the 12. So kind of going backwards from what we did yesterday, which is why I was telling you yesterday, or in the lesson before, that we should be drawing them all out. Okay, we're going to try another problem. So we're on page 342. A pet store has 2 gray rabbits. 1/8 of the rabbits at the pet store are gray. How many rabbits does the pet store have? What do I need to find? I need to find out how many rabbits the pet store has. So doing our question sentence. And go ahead and finish filling that out. Okay, the information do I need to use? The pet store has the 2 gray rabbits, and 1/8 of all the rabbits are gray. That's the information we're going to use. That's what we underlined. So the pet store has 2 gray rabbits. One-eighth of the rabbits are gray. Yours should be written, of course, much, much, much nicer than mine. The next part of your graphic organizer asks you, how will I use the information? And if you remember from the page before, you're going to draw a diagram. Okay, so I have 1/8 as my fraction. So my denominator is 8. So that tells me how many total numbers of groups I need. So I need to draw 8 groups. That tells me my total number of groups. Okay? Then I know that 2 goes in each one of them. Since 2 rabbits are 1/8 of the whole group, I know that 1/8 of them has to have 2, so there's my 1/8 with 2. So now I'm going to continue putting 2 into my other ones and count how many I have. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So I have 16 rabbits at the pet store. How do you know that your answer is reasonable? Since the whole group is divided into 8 equal groups because of the 1/8 fraction, I divided it into 8 groups. And I knew that 1/8 of that was equal to 2. I know that each one of those 8 groups is going to have 2 in it. So then your answer is reasonable, because if I multiply 8 times 2, there are 16 in all. So that makes sense for your answer. Okay. How did the diagram help you to solve the problem? Think about how drawing this out with me helped you solve the problem. I don't think I could have solved that in my head. Drawing the diagram helps you see it, that you know you needed 8 groups, and that your 8 groups, 1/8 of them had to have 2 rabbits in it. So then you could put 2 in all of the other ones. Okay? Again, just kind of going backwards from what we did yesterday. Okay, if we look at our next page, page 343. Remember, if I'm going too fast or you're not understanding something, go ahead and push pause and finish filling it in, or if you don't understand it, go ahead and rewind it and go back to the beginning and see if you do. On our show and share, we're on page 343. They give us a nice big white space to do. Lily has 3 dog toys that are red. 1/4 of her dog toys are red. How many dog toys does Lily have? Your denominator is going to tell you how many circles to draw. That's why I wrote the fraction there instead of the words. So my denominator is 4, so I need to draw 4 circles to show that there are 4 equal parts, because that's what my denominator tells me. So draw your 4 circles. And I know that 1/4 of them is 3. So you're going to put 3 in each one. So we drew 3 in all of them after we did it in the first one. Since 1 circle represents the number of red toys, this was our 1/4. So now we're going to count them. We drew 3 toys in each of the remaining circles to find the total number of toys. So now we're going to count them. 3 plus 3 is 6. So 6 plus 6 is 12. Okay. What if Lily had 4 toys that are red? How many dog toys would she have? So we're going to start with our fraction again of 1/4. But in one of them, we want 4. Go ahead and put 4 in each one, and then count them up. How many dog toys? Okay. The next one, number 3. The pet store sells bags of pet food. There are 4 bags of cat food. 1/6 of the bags of food are bags of cat food. How many bags of pet food does the store have? Whew. Pet store sells bags of pet food. There are 4 bags of cat food. 1/6 of the bags are the cat food. How many bags does the pet store have? So I need to make how many groups? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many bags are in 1/6 of them is 4. So I'm going to put 4 in each one of these. And how many bags of cat food does the pet store have? You're going to count them up. And label it. Put your answer there. Number 4. Rachel owns 2 parakeets. 1/4 of her birds are parakeets. How many birds does she own? So she owns 2 parakeets. 1/4 of them. Okay, so I need how many groups? It's 4. How many goes in each group is 2. Count them up, write it down, and label it. This is actually pretty easy. I was kind of concerned with trying to figure these out, but I think that this is laying it out real nicely for us. Looking at on your own page already, you're going to draw quick pictures to show 5 and 6. And it says choose a strategy, act it out, draw a diagram, find a pattern, make a table. So use all of this white space, please. That's why they give it to you and asks that I check them. So make sure that you also have them labeled. You're going to do 5, 6, 7, and 8 on your own. And we'll go through those together to make sure that you understand them. Your essential question for your journal today: how can you use the strategy diagram, draw a diagram to solve fraction problems? Just talk about how it made it easier for you and how you were able to solve problems there. Your math journal, you're writing a problem about a group of objects in your classroom. So look around the room, tell how many are in one equal part of the group, solve the problem, draw a diagram to help you. Okay? If you get done with those things and there is still extra time, I want you to do the fraction action game again and continue working in that literature book of the whole picture. You do have your Chapter 8 review to complete and your test coming up. So if there's anything in Chapter 8 that you didn't understand, we didn't record all lessons because it was just kind of reading out of the book. So if you need to go back and review any of those pages are still in your book, and go back and watch any videos that are posted on the website to help you. If you are totally stuck and don't feel comfortable taking the test yet, please come and see me. Chapter 8 is over. It was fun. Enjoy.